get to the MAGA versus HBCU students. Now, people are covering the story, but I have a little golden nugget to share with you that I haven't seen people mention yet. This is not what you think it is. These guys that went onto the HBCU campus, they are not who you think they are. And that's what this story is really about. And I got the skinny on this, which I'm going to share with you. They are basically trying to do these college debates in Charlie Kirk's name, but they're not telling you who they really are. And that's what this story is really about. Then you'll put all the pieces together. Okay. So this is what happened. It was at Tennessee State University. Conservative group removed from Tennessee HBCU after unannounced visit. So this part here is important. The visit was unannounced. When you host an event at a university, you have to actually have this cleared with the university. Even something as simple as setting up a table and wanting to do debates, you have to have permission to use that space. Now, I know that because I worked at the university for a long time. So even those things, that part there is very important. Remember, when Charlie Kirk went to those campuses to debate college students, those things were approved. So this should have been the first red flag that stood out to people. This was not approved. So who are these guys? It goes on to say here, and I'll show you the video footage as well. Let's make this bigger for the people in the back. A conservative activist group unannounced visit to Tennessee State University ignited a debate over free speech and safety on campus. Members of Fearless Debates said they had come to TSU to create conversation and discourse. The NAACP Nashville chapter countered that group's goal was to provoke and demean students at the historically Black university. Witnesses said the group arrived Tuesday wearing MAGA hats and carried poster boards and messages that included "Deport all illegals now" and "DEI should be illegal." They brought a table, microphone, and signs without obtaining permission from the university. So again, this here, folks, should have been the big tell. And I think a lot of people fell for this on social media. I'm like, guys, if they didn't have permission from the university, the next thing you got to look into is, who are these guys? Where did they really come from? Are they who they say they are? We'll get to that. Let's continue on. So let me show you those videos here. Well, it says here, we're here at Tennessee State University in Nashville, the first HBCU that we're visiting on the Fearless Tour. Let's talk. So again, they're trying to, I guess, feed off of this thing Charlie Kirk used to do when he used to have these debates on campus. But the big thing here is they did not get permission, which should have been a big red flag to anyone. But people were so busy arguing with each other online that they didn't even look into that part. Now, let's go in and see how some of this took place. We'll go ahead and show you some of the videos here. MAGA supporters kicked off of the HBCU campus by Black students. So here we go.
MAGA supporters invaded our HBCU.
What is going on over here? You called the East primitive, but what? We created y'all knowledge. We created y'all science. We created y'all math. Y'all didn't do shit besides steal. Y'all didn't do anything to your. You guys didn't make shit. You guys touch children.
So you notice they're packing up here, and there's the police. Do you know why the police are making them leave? Because again, they didn't have permission. They just showed up with the table. And this is intentional. Guys, pay very close attention, and especially students pay very close attention. Sometimes people do things just to get a reaction out of you. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you the things that they were saying and who they really are. That's what this was really about. Again, when Charlie Kirk did those debates, he had permission from the university. He had approval. They just showed up there. I also think it's very interesting that some people were like, there's an HBCU in Nashville. I think a lot of people may not realize that there are Black people in Nashville. People listen to Nashville and they think it's just country music. That's not the case. And another thing I want to share with you. Did you know the reason why Nashville is called the city of music, musical city or whatever, right? That doesn't come from country music. That comes from the Frisk Jubilee, which was an all Black group. So yeah, there are HBCUs in Nashville and there are Black people in Nashville. Nashville is very diverse. I will say this, it's not what you think it is, because I have a friend that lives there. A lot of people, because there's, the country music scene. I think if you've never been there, it's easy to assume it's mainly just white people that like country music. That's not true. Nashville is very diverse. It is one of the fastest growing cities in the East. And you go to Nashville and you'll meet people from all over the place. Yes, Fisk is there. Yeah, that's where that comes from. That's where the music comes from, is the Fisk singing group. Let's continue on here.
Showing them the door.
We walking them to the door, y'all. I don't even know how they got on campus. We gonna figure that out, but I don't know. They need to get like a trespass, penalty or something, because
Sending them off.
Tell him it's that boy. He thought he was gonna come up like Charlie.
yes. Say good job, TSU.
Good job. Shout out to my school.
They said not up in here. Now there's another video that I want to show you as well. And these accounts, this account here on Twitter, Eric Daughtry, this is another paid account. A lot of these accounts are paid, right? So this is one of the paid accounts on X, one of the paid conservative accounts. The party of tolerance strikes again. Left-wing rioters kick out young patriots. You see how he frames it? Okay, so here's another one here.
Yeah, they threw a drink up top.
Oh my gosh, they threw a drink up top.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Did somebody just throw something in our car?
Arrest. They just tried to hit the car. They started hitting the car. Whoa! That was like.
So do you see? See, guys, this is the thing. The best thing that you can do when something like this happens is to ignore them, right? Don't throw things at the car. See, that's what they want you to do. They took these videos and they put them online and say, oh my God, look at these angry mob rioters that came after us, throwing things at us. That's what they want you to do. The best thing you can do is report it, because apparently they weren't supposed to be there, and then just ignore and walk away. That is the best thing you can do. But they are trying to get a rise out of you.
Loud.
So, yeah. And they knew that this would happen. They knew going to this campus. Okay, well, let's see. Here's another one here. There's a number of them. Yeah, so that was one of the other videos of them there as well. And then I think we have another one here. Let me just share this here. It says Tennessee State University, along with other HBCUs, are celebrating after police had to escort us off campus for our safety. Pay attention to this guy's name, David Cott, right? David Cott. Okay. So do you see how he frames it? They had to escort us off campus for our safety. To be clear, the cops didn't ask us to leave due to being there without permission. They decided after 10 minutes that for our safety, it is best that we end the event due to a hostile mob. the cops were forced to escort us to our cars. Notice the vocabulary: safety, hostile, mob. That's exactly what they wanted to happen. Then they clip it, they film it, they clip it, and they put it out there and say, look at those people. Now, here's that video here of them walking away.
I love my HBCU! Yeah! Woo! I hope y'all have a blessed day! Woo!
Now, what people have to understand is this before I tell you who these people really are. What people have to understand is this. Some people choose to go to an HBCU because they want to be around a Black community. They want to be somewhere where they feel safe. Now, for me, I went to a predominantly white institution, public university for undergrad, private for grad school. I didn't go to HBCU. And the reason why I didn't go to HBCU is one of it had to do with money. One of it had to do with money. But the other one was I knew that's not the real world. I knew that, especially for what I wanted to do for my career, I knew that I was not always guaranteed to be in those spaces. That's just the reality. So I decided to I went to a PWI. But I had friends that went to HBCUs, and they said for them, it was a great experience where they felt like they could be their authentic self and they could talk about things that they felt more comfortable talking about at a HBCU and not a PWI. Now, another thing that people get wrong is they assume that no one else is at a HBCU, that white people can't attend HBCUs. I've seen people make this argument that it's racist because white people can't go there. That's actually false. There are white people that attend HBCUs. So hopefully you learned something by watching this show. But who are those guys? They're not who you think they are. In fact, here's one of them. Cam Higbee. He was one of the guys. This is the extremely civil discussion that the riot at Tennessee State HBCU started with. In this video, you watch the mob grow, begin shouting, destroying our stuff, possessing weapons, blocking our way out, and screaming racist epithets, all because of this civil convo. Does everybody see what they are doing? Mob, grow, weapons, blocking, screaming. These words mean things. This is exactly what they wanted to happen. So this is one of them, was Cam Higbee. All right. And I think this might be copied. Let me see. I think this is one of those ones that doesn't work. But that's Cam Higbee. But do you know who these guys really are? You got Cam and you have David Cott. Check this out, fam. Surprise, surprise. The two guys who act like campus rules are optional are literally paid mouthpieces for the genocidal Israeli government. Kirk was America first. These grifters can't even fake that. Well. Look at this, folks. David Cott going to start doing more TikTok live debates about Israel. Join us. There he is right there. It says Israel's war is a just war. Let's look at the other guy, Cam Higbee. Here's 20 minutes of my footage from inside the Gaza Strip. This completely debunks the notion that Israel is blocking food aid. Ladies and gentlemen, the two guys who were at that campus are paid Israel influencers. Why does that matter? Didn't Charlie Kirk say he was America first? Didn't he say he was America first? Didn't Charlie Kirk have these events scheduled? Yeah. When he was going to debate these kids and go to the campuses and stuff like that, wasn't that scheduled? Don't you find it somewhat strange that two pro-paid Israel influencers went to an HBCU and now they are on social media trying to make it seem like they are the most victimized, they are the most marginalized? You see where I'm going with this? I keep telling you, the white minority exists, in my opinion, to allow more oppression for those who are actual minorities. What do I mean by that, right? As long as they can make the case that Israelis, that, oh, woe is us, everything happened to us, protect us, we can't do anything, we deserve all of this, blah, 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 blah. As long as you have that, that takes the attention, the priority, and the focus off of those who are actually oppressed. These are the things people need to pay attention to. I knew there was something about this that was off. Not to say that Charlie Kirk wouldn't do this, but the fact that it wasn't even scheduled, right? So two things can be true. It could be true that they really did want to have a debate, but it can also be true that they were there to just get some type of anger and, as they said, hostility from the crowd so that they could sell it and put it out there on social media, make themselves look like the oppressed. And they're pro-Israel influencers. What do you know? And what's worse about that, and they're doing it under, they're trying to do like the Charlie Kirk thing. We might see more of this. We might see more of this happen. Because anybody can just put on a MAGA hat and just walk up to a college campus and say, hey, debate me on this. That don't mean they are who they say they are. What a crazy world we live in. But I think most people didn't mention that part. Everyone I saw that talked about this, they didn't mention that part. It's important that you know who they are. So now you got Israel, they got people coming for the black folks. There you go. Hey guys, this was a Sabby clip. If you like what you saw, hit that like button and subscribe.